Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock. Happy second recording on this Friday. So I'm sure you guys are prepping for the weekend. It's going to be a quiet one for me. I'm working on some things, so it's going to be be laying like a gator. But I wanted to address a topic. One was from a gentleman. It was a couple of days ago, and then one came in this morning from a young lady, and the topics were pretty parallel, so I figured I would just kind of combine them both. And so it's basically addressing attention from men. She's an individual, the young lady is, and she feels like she's been hurt and she's been damaged in her past. So when she meet men and they give her attention, she feels like she's not receiving it. Like it's almost like she is taking her past and judging the current person and their compliments against what she's been through in her past. And then the guy who emailed me, he had a very, very comedic personality. I was laughing at his message actually, but to sum it up, he wanted to know personally how I deal with a lot of attention from men and how that plays a part in my relationship. I'm sure he was trying to ask that question as well, but I'm not even getting into all that. But I will talk in general about that. But for the young lady who's having a hard time receiving compliments, well, here's the thing. There could be a couple of things going on. Like you stated, you're assuming that these guys want something from you and they're out to hurt you or out to get you, like your ex did or men in the past did. All right, that's one scenario. Another scenario could be because you are not really tapped into your confidence and your self-esteem, which I talked about earlier, and also that you admitted to as well in the email. Then that's also another big trigger right there, because it's like, even if they're giving you a genuine compliment, you're not going to receive it properly because you're already feeling questionable about your own self. So they're telling you you're beautiful and you really don't feel beautiful to begin with. You're not going to be able to receive that properly. So you're going to receive it in a toxic way, as in he's telling me that because he wants something. And truth of the matter is, every man who approaches you, they're not approaching you because they want something. Yes, probably the vast majority, but not all, So that's something that you definitely have to tap into to figure out why you don't receive these compliments well. Also, to be honest with you, if you're connected spiritually, if you're aligned properly, their energy, when they are giving you this compliment, or you're meeting with them, or whatever it is, or however you're meeting with them, if you're connected, your energy alone, your discernment alone will let you know if it's genuine or if it's toxic. You know what I mean? So that's something that you do have to work on, sis. But I stand firm in knowing that every man is not out here giving compliments because they just want to, In fact, if I'm honest, I've had men approach me, not a lot, but maybe, I don't know, probably 5 times I can think of. Not all at once, of course, but I've had men who approached me and literally was like straightforward. I was like, listen, I just want to tell you, you're beautiful, your walk, your presence, you're this, you're that. Like, girl, you got it going on. Like, literally like that. And then we'll say, but listen, I don't want you. I'm married. In fact, I'm happily married. I'm just giving you your props and keep it moving. Not even sitting there trying to stick around for a conversation. Not even following you to the next red light, hoping you were down the window. None of that. Going with the wind, never to be seen again. Literally. So every man is not trying to get with you just because they compliment you. So that's what all that is about. Now with the gentleman and his message, his email. Well, here's the thing. And I say this now in all humbleness. Sorry, guys. I say this in... I know you guys are so over my notifications. They're sickening. I'm telling you. I'm going to be changing my number soon. I'm telling you guys. Promise you. With the gentleman who emailed me, he wanted me to address, like, how do I deal with a lot of attention from men, considering my recording from yesterday that I am called to man. And so here's my opinion. Again, I feel that anything that God calls us to do, right, in whatever way, he gives us the grace in that area. He has to give us grace, because if he doesn't give us grace, what happens? Our head gets swollen, and we get all bougie and all that stuff. No, at the end of the day, God has to get the glory out of the situation. So anything that God requires you to do or calls you to do, he will give you the grace when you do it. And that alone have allowed me to have attention, I guess you would say, from men all of my life, just not currently. I mean, since ever I can really think back, I've always had men, after your girl, right? But truth of the matter is, I've never, ever in a million years allow it to swell my head. Listen, a lot of you don't know me, but when I tell you, and anybody who personally knows me will tell you, I am the most down to earth person, right? Like literally down to earth. I've never met a stranger. If any of you meet me tomorrow, your reaction will be, I feel like I've known you all of my life. I get that probably 99% of the time. So I'm so down to earth. I really am. I'm a good person. And I don't say that just because, we all gonna say, oh, I'm a good person. I'm really a good person, And so when I do meet men, and they are, they give compliments or whatever. And listen, the same way I said that some guys are just being genuine, you have your group who's gonna, try to gas your head up because they figure all women move off of confidence or whatever. I filter that stuff out. Now, because I am whole enough to be able to receive it, right? And say thank you, and even take it in when it's genuine or even when it's not, I still can filter it out. So it's thank you, I receive it, but it's filter out. It's not going to sit in me and make me think, oh my God, he said your girl was bad. Really? Listen, this physical body can change overnight. All of us. Literally. When I say literally, I mean literally. I have a patient right now. Who, she's older. She's not old, but she's older. Never mind. I'm not even going to say the age because I don't want to, but she had a stroke at a young age. She had a stroke. She was going through in vitro fertilization, and that was one of the side effects. And she believed that's where it came from. But the point of the matter is, she is completely disabled. So our physical bodies can literally change overnight. So we can't get our head swollen up. We can't get big-headed in anything we do, because God will shift you right on back down and give you a slice of humble pie. Now that sounds like somebody's grandmama, right? A slice of humble pie, honey. Now I will say this, I'm not getting all into this conversation about my relationship and who I'm, all that stuff. But I will say that in the past, truly that was hard to navigate through. And I touched on that on yesterday. That was hard to navigate through. But again, ultimately what it boils down to is that, not being aligned to who God has in place for us, or for me at the time. So that didn't navigate well. That was a problem, a big problem, a huge problem, so, but I do now know that when a man is secure in who he is, he's really secure in who he is as a man, he don't care about that, right? As long as you're being respectful, right? And as long as the guys aren't being disrespectful, I don't believe a real man confidence can ever be shooken just because his woman gets a lot of attention. Again, certain things may need to be polished and put in place, but just the fact that somebody else wants his woman, I think men have a problem. Not all, please don't get offended, guys. I think men have a problem with that when they know they're not doing everything they're supposed to be doing. So because they know they're shifty in what they're supposed to be doing for their woman, then it's almost like they become insecure in that area because they assume the next man can and will do that, or the woman will leave because the next man is willing to step up to the plate. So you know, from my personal experience in the past, that's what that was all about. As well as, again, I'm honest enough to say I didn't know at that time how to place certain boundaries around my gift and calling, and now I know how to do that, you know, because again, I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I know how men think, but I now know how to take men direction in certain areas of my life, and so I don't have that problem anymore. But so yeah, that's what it is. I mean, I promise you guys that, listen, any of you women, all my sisters on here, listen, I know you guys get hit on by men all the time as well. Like, for the most part, I'm not going to say all of us, but for some of you, or even most of us, that stuff don't faze us. Like, it's just like, thank you, keep it moving. Like, you know, it's life. It is what it is. You know, just grateful. Again, to those of you who claim or said you don't get attention, listen, I told you guys, send me your email. And every time I meet one, I'm going to say, listen, my sis is looking for, so here's her email. So they can harass your nerves, honey. So yeah, but that's what it is. That's what it is, and that's what it is. So I hope you guys, and I hope they answer your questions, I should say. But you guys have a great weekend. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.